In this video, I'll share with you over 35 tips to help you do more with your HomePods. We have great tips for beginners, for more advanced users, and hopefully you guys will share some of your favorite tips down in the comment section. Now let's get started. This first tip helps you get the most out of your HomePod. It is called Personal Request. When you turn on Personal Request, Siri will recognize your voice and access your information and preferences. Let's say you want to make a phone call, Siri will access your contacts. If you want to listen to one of your playlists from your music, you ask for that and it'll know that it's your music. If you want to create a note, a calendar event, or a reminder, Siri knows that it goes to your account. Now, what's nice about this is that when you leave the house, it is disabled. So no one can access any of your personal information with your phone outside of the house or without it being your voice. When you first set up your HomePod, you'll be presented with the choice to turn on Personal Request and you'll get an explanation of it there. Now, to turn on or off Personal Request, you would go to the HomePod in the Home app, you would click Settings, you would scroll down to where you see Personal Request and then choose on or off. You can also pick which HomePods will recognize your personal request. Now, if it makes you feel better, you can even be notified when a personal request has been made. One of the most popular uses for a smart speaker is listening to music, and these next tips are going to help make that easier and help you do more. Starting off first with requesting music. You can make requests using an artist name, you could make a request asking for a song, but you can also make requests asking for a genre, or you can ask for a personal playlist. You can also ask for songs based on lyrics. So if you know a little bit of the lyrics of the song, I want to apologize in advance if this song gets stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Hey Siri, play that song that goes, "Just a small town girl living in a lonely world."
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey now playing.
This next tip will help you with your playlist. If you're listening to music and you hear a song that you like, you can ask Siri to add it to a specific playlist. Hey Siri, add this to my classical playlist.
I've added that to your classical playlist.
Next is controlling the volume on the HomePods using your voice. If you're listening to something, you can always say, "Hey Siri, turn it down." Or, "Hey Siri, turn it up to 75%. Let's stop that. And you can even tell Siri to adjust her volume. "Hey Siri, speak softer."
I'll speak softer.
Or you can tell Siri a level to speak at. "Hey Siri, speak at 75%.
I'll speak louder.
A little too loud. Next tip is using the touch controls. You can control these using your voice to play, pause, skip forward and back, but sometimes it's just easier to use touch. If you want to play, you can tap it. You want to pause, tap it again. You want to skip forward, you double tap to go forward a track. If you want to back up a track, you triple tap. Now, if you have other devices that respond to Siri and you don't want them all going off, sometimes it's just easier to do the little touch and make a request. Number 6 is skipping forward and back using a time. Maybe you want to skip past a long intro in a song. You can always ask to skip forward 15 seconds. Or in a podcast and you know the intro is all commercials, so you say skip forward 10 minutes. With this next tip, you can control your music playing on your HomePod using your iPhone. You can swipe down from the top to access the control center, and here you'll see what's playing. It actually is showing me which HomePod that's playing on. I can click on that and see what's currently playing. I can see my other speakers if I want to add them in, or I can control other speakers and TVs. And here's my other TVs and HomePods throughout the house. My yellow one was playing rain earlier. I could hit play and it'll go back to the ambient rain sound. This next tip is moving music from one HomePod to another. Right now, I have some classical music playing on this HomePod. I can say, "Hey Siri, move the music to the kitchen." And this is the kitchen HomePod. And it's going to transfer the music over here. And it's coming out of here. Next tip is creating zones with your HomePods. When you set them up, you assign them to a room, but you can combine those rooms together into a zone. So in my house, I have an upstairs zone, I have a downstairs zone, and I have an office zone. To create a zone, you could go into a room, You hit the 3 dots, select room settings, and there you'll see zone. And right now this is in the office zone, or I can create a new one. This next tip is one of my favorites. It's called handoff. And with handoff, you can pass audio from your phone to a HomePod or from a HomePod back to your phone. Now the way I use this is I'll often start a playlist on my phone, pick the song or whatever I want to listen to, and then just move it over and hand it off. Now what's nice about this too is if you are listening to something you want to leave and pass it back to your phone, you just bring your phone over and then choose to transfer it back to the phone. Nice thing about handoff is you could use it with all different apps that don't work natively with the HomePod. For example, I can listen to an Audible book and then just hand it off here, or watch a YouTube video and have the sound come down here. Next tip is using AirPlay. Now what you'll find is you can pretty much send any audio to your phone by choosing the AirPlay icon. So for example, I'm playing something, a video, I can swipe down the control center, I'll see right here what's playing, and then from that point I could click the little AirPlay icon and pick whatever device I want to send it off to. You'll also be able to access AirPlay within different apps. For example, if I open up the YouTube app, there's the casting icon, and if I click on that, it's going to give me my different Google Chromecast devices, but if I click AirPlay and Bluetooth devices, I can see all my HomePods and Apple TVs. This next tip is for the full-size HomePods. If you want to recalibrate your HomePod to make sure it's sounding the best it can, you go through these steps. This is real easy. Pick it up and move it and put it back down. Once the HomePod knows it's been moved, that automatically makes it recalibrate to its position within the room. This next tip is pairing your HomePods together. A full-size HomePod sounds great, but it sounds even better when you pair it with another one. What's cool is if you have a HomePod in a room and you add a second one in there, you'll be prompted to pair the two as a stereo pair. In here, I have this one and a white HomePod. They're paired together, and from within the app, I can choose which one is the left or right speaker. You can do this both with the HomePod Mini and the full-size HomePod. This next tip takes pairing your HomePods even further. It's pairing them with an Apple TV. Now, if you have an Apple TV, you can pair either a single HomePod or HomePod Mini or a pair of them. And what you'll find, even a pair of HomePod Minis may sound better than the little speakers that are in your TV. With the full-size HomePods, you have Dolby Atmos, which is going to give you a virtual surround sound. So pair those, definitely fills out a room nicely. If you'd like to take HomePods and pair them with an Apple TV, you can either go into the Apple TV settings under audio settings and choose the HomePods as your default speakers. Now to change it within the Home app, you would select the Apple TV you want and you change its default speakers to the pair of HomePods. Now the HomePod Minis make great alarm clocks. You can use your voice and ask to set an alarm, and by default it's going to use just an alarm tone. But if you go into the Home app and you select, instead of using a tone, you can choose to pick media, and your choices are to take advantage of one of the ambient sounds, or you can choose a playlist or other options from Apple Music. Next tip is to take advantage of the ambient sounds to help you fall asleep. Apple has a whole list of ambient sounds that I'll put over here. Next tip is taking advantage of HomePods for timers. I use them all the time. What a lot of people don't realize is that you can name your timer and you can also set multiple timers. So if you are cooking, you can say, "Hey Siri, set a pasta timer for 2 minutes." And maybe you want
2-minute pasta timer, starting now.
And maybe you want to keep track of something else, so you could say, "Hey Siri, set a 10-minute timer for bread."
10-minute bread timer, starting now.
Now, if you want to adjust timers, you would go into the Home app, select the HomePod you want, swipe up, and you can see your timers there. You'll also see your alarms located there. Now, with this next tip, stop yelling throughout the house, like my wife, who always yells through the house. Instead, take advantage of announcements and Intercom. With these, you can say, "Hey, Siri, announce that dinner's ready." And it's going to announce across all the different devices. Now to control that within the Home app, you would select the HomePod you want, go to Settings, to Intercom, and it's on, and from here you can pick which devices will respond for Intercom and the settings for my phone. So I will only receive announcements if I'm in the house. This next HomePod tip will help you keep up to date with what's going on in the world. Hey Siri, what's going on in the news today?
Here's the latest news from Apple News. You can also tell me to switch to NPR, Fox News, or CNN instead.
So you'll see you have some different news options to pick from. Right now we're just getting stuff from Apple News. With this next tip, if you lose your phone or you lose your AirPods, all you have to do is ask your HomePod. Hey Siri, find my iPhone. Don't know where I put it. Where could it possibly be?
On it.
Oh.
Looking for your iPhone 14 Pro.
Okay.
It's nearby. Pinging your iPhone 14 Pro now.
See, knows it's nearby. I got the phone alert coming right now, and then I just dismiss it when I find it. These next tips help take advantage of the Apple ecosystem and the integration of the HomePods with other Apple services. Starting off first with notes. Now you can easily create notes by saying, hey Siri, create a to-do list note.
Okay, I've created your note. It's called To-Do List.
From there, if I want to add things to the note, I just ask Siri to add it to the name of the note. This next tip is for reminders. It is creating shared lists and adding items to them. For example, for shopping list, my wife and I have a Costco list and we have a general shopping list. So at any point, I can say, hey Siri, add bread to my Costco list. Then it's going to add it to that list.
I added bread to the Costco list.
Now that it's added to the list, I can open up the reminders app on my phone, my watch, iPad. My wife can open it up on any of her devices, and we each have a current shopping list. Now to create a shared list, you're going to want to go into reminders, create a new list, click the share icon, and then select either messages or email. And then once the person accepts the invitation, either of you can modify that reminder list. Next tip is using your voice and HomePods to create events on your calendar. Hey Siri, create a lunch appointment for 12 p.m. on Friday.
You already have training, and training at 5:30 a.m. Should I schedule it anyway?
Yes.
Lunch is scheduled for noon to 1 p.m. on Friday.
See, it even looked out for me to let me know there's already something on my calendar. Now, if I wanted to change it, I could say, hey Siri, change my lunch on Friday to Saturday at 2 p.m. And then it just moves it where I need it.
You already have 2 other events that overlap with this. Should I schedule it anyway?
Yes. Next tip is taking advantage of your HomePods to send messages or to have your messages read to you. So for example, let's send one to Blake who edits these videos. Hey Siri, message Blake saying, you're awesome.
To Blake, you're awesome. Send it?
Yes.
Done.
See, and now I sent Blake a message. It says right here, you're awesome. Now we'll see if he messaged me back, probably wondering what that is all about. You can also have your messages read back to you when they come in. Hey Siri, what's my message from Blake?
Blake said, okay, sounds good. You too.
That actually read off more than one message. It was the most recent couple. Another great tip is using your HomePods to make calls or answer incoming calls. To make a call, you just ask Siri to call someone up in your contacts, or you can actually say the numbers you want it to dial. Now, if you have a call coming in, you just say, hey Siri, answer the phone, and it will pick up the phone. Now with this next tip, you can change Siri's voice. Maybe you don't like the original Siri's voice. Maybe you want a male voice instead. Or you like a voice from Australia, you know, a male Australian assistant. Could be nice. I know some ladies that could appreciate that. You got different options in there, so if you're outside of the US, you don't have to get stuck listening to our American accent. Next Siri tip is that you can set it up so you can get an audible alert when making a request. Maybe you're not sure if Siri heard you, or you're concerned that maybe Siri is listening at times that you don't want it to. You could go into the settings and you can have Siri make a sound when you make a request. Let's say you want to get Siri to stop listening altogether. Use this tip. You can either go into the app and you can turn off the Hey Siri, or you can actually say, hey Siri, stop listening.
If Hey Siri is off, you'll need to press the top of this HomePod instead. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. I turned Hey Siri off.
Now, no request can be made using voice. I could just hold down if I want to make a request. Let's just stop that. And if I do want to turn it back on, I can go within the app, or I can say start listening.
Okay. Hey Siri is now on.
Next tip is update your HomePods. You may find that at times your HomePods don't update automatically, or maybe there's an OS update that you want to take advantage of. What you can do is go into the Home app, go under Home Settings, scroll down, and choose Software Update. Now, if you want to use beta software like myself, you can actually pick which HomePods it'll install it on. Now, with this next tip, if your HomePod's giving you a hard time and you have no choice but to reset it, you can either go in to the Home app and remove it, or you can take advantage of this tip and do a long press on the top until you see the light turn red. You continue to hold it until the reset starts.
Your HomePod is about to reset. Keep pressing until you hear 3 beeps.
Once it finishes the reset, it's ready to be added back into the home. Next tip is to add your HomePods into automations. Like for example, I have an automation in here that when I turn on my meditation scene, it will actually take the HomePod, start playing meditation music, and drop the volume down to 20% so it's not too loud. You can also create scenes so that when you leave the house, it automatically stops any music that's playing. Next tip is to use Siri shortcuts with your HomePods. There are limitations to what you can do with scenes and automations, where if you write a shortcut, you can get into different layers and actions that go way beyond automations. So for example, I have a shortcut called Family Room TV. I don't have to say run Family Room TV shortcut. I just say Family Room TV, and then it will turn on the TV, it switches to my account, and then it opens up the TV app so it's ready to go. With shortcuts, you can get really deep. You could create choices, conditions, and a lot of other stuff. Now, one of my favorite smart home tips that a lot of people don't realize is that you can walk into the room and say lights on or lights off. The way this works is when you add smart devices into the Home app, you assign it to a room. Well, when a HomePod is in that same room, it knows when it hears lights on to only turn on lights within that room, or lights off. It'll only turn off lights in that room. It's so much better to do this than have to remember the names of all the different lights in a room, or did I call this family room or living room? Just lights on, lights off. Next tip is to ask for something in the future. Maybe you want the lights to turn off after a certain amount of time. You just say, hey Siri, turn off the kitchen lights in 10 minutes, and then
I've set the lights to turn off at 5:58 p.m. today.
Now we'll actually create an automation to turn it off at that time. You can also take advantage of that to turn off music for you or do other automations. This next tip will help you get the temperature or humidity in a room. All you have to do is say, hey Siri, what's the temperature in this room?
It's ranging from 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 76 degrees Fahrenheit in the office. The temperature sensor is not responding.
Well, one, there's a million sensors in here. Who knows what that means? But what it's doing now is it's actually using the temperature and humidity sensors within the HomePods, and it's also using other sensors within this room and giving you an average there. You can also check on other rooms. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in the bedroom?
It's ranging from 78 degrees Fahrenheit to 81 degrees Fahrenheit in the bedroom.
You can also take advantage of the temperature and humidity sensor to trigger automations. Like in my room, it closes the shades if it gets too hot in there. This next tip is taking advantage of HomePods as a doorbell chime. If you have a supported video doorbell, when you ring it, you can have these be the chime. Now, the way you do that is you go into the Apple Home app. Now, within the Home app, you can pick which HomePod you want to use for a chime. That way, you don't need to have everyone in the house going off. Now, another smart home tip that will help keep your house safe is to take advantage of sound detection. With sound detection, the HomePods will listen for any fire alarms or carbon monoxide alarms to go off. If either of those are detected, a notification will be sent to you to let you know. That way you can investigate further. Also, with that notification, you're able to hear what your HomePods are hearing. That way you can check for yourself what alarm is actually going off. Again, what are some of your favorite HomePod tips? Let us know in the comments. Now that you know a bunch of tips, next you should check out this video so you can learn more about these HomePods to see which one might be the right one for you, because you don't want to pick wrong. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.